6 of 15 Days of Foundation. If you're new here, this is where we're trying out a new foundation every single day for 15 days. I'm gonna link days 1 through 5 down below in the 15 Days of Foundation playlist so you can go watch them if you missed any. Yesterday's was a little bit of a fail, so I'm hoping today goes better. Feeling pretty crappy right now. Woke up in the middle of the night with food poisoning last night, so feeling a little interesting right now, but let's do this. So this is one of the foundations that you guys requested. This is the DERMABLEND Cover Cream Foundation. This is supposed to be really good for acne coverage, or if you have a lot of scarring or unevenness to cover up. This is basically supposed to be a full coverage, long lasting. It does have SPF 30 in it. I have the shade Pale Ivory Chroma 0, which is the lightest shade. Alright, so hello from my future self. As I was editing this, I realized I forgot to do swatches, so here we are. So right here is the DERMABLEND Cover Cream. Next one is Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Foundation in L42. Right here we have Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the lightest shade. This is MAC NW10. And this one is Too Faced Born This Way in Snow. It comes in 20 shades, which is awesome, and retails for $39, and you get 1 fluid ounce of product in here. So reading some of the claims on Ulta's website, it says it's a lightweight cover cream, delivers a flawless complexion, 12 hours of wear. It's supposed to be smudge resistant, non-comedogenic, blah blah blah. Blends easily to cover facial imperfections. Anything that says full coverage, sign me up. If you guys are excited about 15 Days of Foundation, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave any requests down below with foundations that you want to see next. I feel so out of it right now. So if you guys want to see how the DERMABLEND Cover Cream applies and wears throughout the day, you're in the right place. Just keep watching. Okay, so it is 8:30 in the morning. I was actually throwing up all night, had food poisoning, but we're doing this. I basically have to record every single day until I leave for San Diego so that I have all the videos ready to go for you guys. So my skin is pretty horrible right now. Still have some major breakouts going on. I did just moisturize my face with the Shiseido, ooh, I said it right for once, multi-solution gel. It's my favorite base. So when you open the box, there's a little instruction booklet in here. It does say to use a primer for best makeup result. So I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. Since they say to use a primer, I'm just going to put this all over my face. I feel like smoothing primers with cream products tend to go well together usually. Just gonna put this all over the face. I have an appointment to get my neck work done at 10:30, and when I go there I'm face down in the thing, and my foundation usually gets a little bit messed up, but this is supposed to be smudge proof, so curious to see if that is actually true. I've definitely gone in, had my neck work done, and come out and my foundation looks perfect with certain foundations, so it is possible. Ugh, my stomach just feels raw right now. So on one side of my face, I'm going to use this Sigma F82 foundation brush. This is my favorite for cream products. It's pretty densely packed, so it just blends it out really nicely. This is the new Morphe sponge. I haven't found a foundation that I like this with yet, but I do feel like it has potential because this is actually a really nice, squishy, soft sponge. I feel like just all the foundations I've tested so far were better with brushes. You get a little spatula, which is pretty exciting. Okay, I feel like this is when you open a new butter and you don't want to touch it. Look at how appealing that is. Let's just have a moment of silence. So it says to remove it with the spatula, place a little bit on the back of your hand, use circular motions to warm and soften up the product until the texture becomes creamier. And it says to apply directly over your imperfections and blend outward. It's definitely a totally hard kind of formula. I'm just scraping some off the surface here. It just says you need a little bit, so I'm going to start with that and see how it goes. So the consistency right now, oh, it definitely is warming up really nicely. It definitely felt pretty thick at the beginning, but the warmth of your hand does soften it pretty nicely. Okay, so I'm just going to use the brush on this side of my face. Shade looks pretty light. I missed some spots, so I'm just going to apply it a tiny bit more. Not the easiest foundation to blend, but it's also not difficult. Whatever is left over on my hand, which is not a lot, I'm going to wipe on the forehead. That's pretty much it, so I'll probably have to go in with a little bit more. I think on this side I'm going to try blending it out with my finger and see how it works. whoa, this actually looks pretty light now that I'm looking at it. So I feel like blending out with the finger gave me better coverage than the brush. It took a lot longer and probably not something that I would do every day. Here's the coverage compared to this side of my face. Obviously covered pretty well. Just on one layer, I don't think it has as much coverage as the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. And I've given it a head start with my finger, and then we're going to go in with the sponge. It is way faster to blend out with the sponge, I feel like, but I'm definitely not getting as good of coverage. Is it still showing here? This isn't totally covered. The shade is definitely pretty pale. I'm going to have to warm this up with a powder for sure. Looking pretty ghostly right now, but if you're lighter than me, then this could be good. Out of all these methods so far, I kind of like my fingers the best. It takes forever. Like, I definitely wouldn't sit here and blend out my whole face with my finger. So far, not super impressed. I don't think the texture is sitting very well on my skin. Looks a little bit dry. It's definitely clinging to areas around my acne. Dry patches right here. It's not looking that good. I'm gonna use my finger to apply a tiny bit more just on the areas that I need it, kind of as like spot concealing. Going over for a second layer in certain spots was totally fine. It built fine. I'm gonna show you guys a close-up super quick. When I use the Marc Jacobs Remarkable, all this is like totally flawless. And I do feel like it still doesn't look totally blended. You can see right here, it is clinging to certain dry patches on my face and over here in this area. So I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup so I don't look like a total ghost, and I will be right back. Right now it's 8:53. Okay, so it is now 9:11. Oh, don't you hate that? I hate looking at the clock at that time. Let's say 9:10. Rest of my makeup is on. I feel like it looks 50 times better now that I put a powder on and set it. And in their little instruction book thing, it does say to set it. So I used the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Face Powder in the shade Translucent. I don't know why they call this translucent. This definitely has a ton of color to it, and as you can see, it helped to warm up my face really nicely. I use this powder only when I need to darken a foundation that I put on. This one has a little bit of coverage and does just make your face look super flawless. Kind of helped to blend out some of the unevenness that was going on. Unevenness. Did the word just come out of my mouth? Makeup isn't super exciting today because I'm literally just going to that appointment and working. On my lips right now is Bhue Natural Nude Liquid Lipstick. I have quickly fallen in love with these liquid lipsticks, and the highlight I'm wearing right now is Kat Von D's Thunderstruck eyeshadow. Right now it looks good. I'm going to check in right after the appointment so you guys can see how it held up. Kind of feel like a dude right now. I haven't been applying any heat to my hair to help with the damage, hence why it's been in a bun every single day. Alright, so it is now almost 5 o'clock, so the foundation's been on for about 8 hours. I don't know where this day went. I literally was just on my computer working all day and lost track of time. Sorry I didn't check in sooner, but we're here now. After the appointment, my foundation definitely wore off right here majorly and right here. I usually get a little bit of rub, but this is like, looks like it's fully off. It also looks like it's worn off down here. I was basically down, head down in like a face cradle thing. So it's worn off down here as well. A little bit on this side. Those spots it doesn't look that great, but everywhere else it looks totally matte pretty much. No major creasing around my nose. There's a little bit of mouth lines right here. How I feel about it right now, I'm not super impressed. I feel like I've had matte foundations that give just as good coverage that don't look this heavy. I'm going to show you guys a close-up so you can see what's going on the forehead. But I'm probably going to wear this for a couple more hours since it's only 5 o'clock right now. I literally just ate lunch at 4:30. This day is weird. Okay. I turned down the light so hopefully you guys can see that. It's totally worn off right here. And right here. Even in the center of my face where it didn't really touch, it does look quite textured and a little bit cakey. You can see down here it also wore off. Nothing major around the nose, mouth area really. Alright, so it's now 7:04 p.m. I should probably show you guys. So the foundation's been on for almost 10 hours. And I just posted day 1, my time of 15 days of foundation. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for all of the comments and feedback. I'm glad you guys liked the intro. I hope it doesn't get repetitive 15 times. But yeah, I've just been in a weird like YouTube community funk lately, which I talked about in the rant video. But this just makes all of it worth it. So I just want to say thank you guys. Favorito fam coming through. Love you guys. So first off, I want to say I feel like I was really boring in this video. I feel like I was like half asleep or not feeling well through 80% of it. But that's kind of what comes with having to film every single day, I feel like. Not every day I'm like on and in filming mode and feeling great. I've pre-recorded as much as I can. I basically have to film every single day to be on schedule when I'm putting these up. Sorry, this one wasn't the most entertaining probably, but I'm feeling re-energized. I'm gonna like work out right now. I just feel like really hyped on life after reading all of your comments. I feel like I'm majorly breaking out, like even worse. I have another huge one coming right here. You know those foundations when you can just feel your skin not liking it? It doesn't look good. I was trying to think of foundation that this reminds me of, and just the way that it's sitting on my skin, it kind of reminds me of the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation, which a lot of you guys have asked me for a full review on, and that's not going to be part of 15 days, but I might do that eventually just because L4D2 is a super pale shade. I am not a fan of the formula. I'll just ruin the surprise and tell you right now. It looks beautiful on some people. On me, it looks like a cakey mess. It looks so heavy and so cakey, and that's kind of what this is reminding me of. Just doesn't look like skin. It looks like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. I will say that it stayed pretty matte for being on for about 10 hours. The areas that I usually get super shiny, I'm not that shiny right now. Definitely don't think this is for dry skin. Even just thinking about how this applied and stuff, I just feel like it's way too much effort for the results that I got. I definitely wouldn't wear this on an everyday basis, having to apply it like that and like blend it out with my fingers. So unfortunately, this one was kind of a bust too. Did we just film the bad one yesterday? I think we did. I can't even remember. They're all like blurring together now. But I hope we don't have two shitty ones in a row. This one definitely was not as bad as Soap and Glory. I just don't think this worked for me as I was hoping it would. Probably going to be returning this. I don't think it's worth the $39 to me. Tomorrow's video is one that has a ton of hype, so I hope it's good. I hope we have a positive one in here soon. I'm going to link all the days down below if you missed them. But if you guys like this video and you're excited about 15 days of foundation, give it a thumbs up. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. See you tomorrow. Still not getting used to that.